Hi, everybody. It is, let's see, it's 9/11, 22 years after, of course, the events in New York and DC. And it's noon, and it is my 20th time going live in my challenge for myself of 30 days of wellness lives. And I hope you do find some time today just to take a moment of silence, a moment of reflection, a moment of prayer, whatever your spiritual path is, and remember what happened and never forget the people, right? Never forget what we can do. Never forget what we learned from that. I did a post on this morning. I was actually sitting in my car waiting for my friend Sarah to come meet me to go for a walk. And I was just sitting in my car in the parking lot of Chastain Park Stables and just reflecting and remembering, because I really remember it like it was yesterday. So take a few minutes, um, give remembrance, and think about what you've learned and how maybe you can help going forward. Small ways in your community, right? Small ways in your community, small ways for the people in the circle that you have. Hi, Jeff. It is a good new week. Thanks for joining me today. So today actually is also the first day that I'm streaming not only live into LinkedIn, which is great, but I am streaming live on my YouTube channel, because I've never really done anything with YouTube, honestly. I had reactivated it about a month or so ago because if you remember, I'm a founding member of Club ABA. So we're doing some user content there. And I'd been just adding all these videos to the channel. And I'm like, why am I not just streaming and saving myself some work? So if you're watching this on YouTube, please put in hashtag YouTube. If you're watching it on LinkedIn, please put hashtag LinkedIn. I would love to know where you are picking this up from. And of course, always a big hi, hello, and welcome to all my friends watching this on the replay. So put in hashtag replay. So again, my name is Jen, right? I am the former Run on Duncan gal turned certified integrative health practitioner. And I'm here today reflecting a little bit about fall. Really, this whole episode is about the mindset to be fit and fabulous in fall. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for joining, girl. Hey, Ray, nice to see you here from LinkedIn. So I think maybe it's because, obviously I've been very, very focused on my birthday coming up in October 11th. I'm turning 50. And so for the last few months, I've been just trying a bunch of things out and really kind of expanding my own personal definition of what wellness means to me. Definitely up-leveling some things, switching some things out in my routines. I've talked about how I've kind of given up HIIT workouts for now. And instead I'm focusing on Pilates for that inner strength, structure, flexibility, mobility that's so important. And I got to tell you, it's really, really helping with my core strength workouts. But it's fall. It might still be so hot. Like it was really hot and humid this morning, but kids, I'm in the South in Atlanta, kids been back to school for a few weeks, right? So we've got all the good sports going on right now: lacrosse, soccer, football, right? We had professional football this past weekend. Who watched the games on Sunday? Anybody here? I watched the Falcons play. Please put in the comments what team or what sporting event you watched. Plus, don't we have World Cup for rugby going on right now? So many great activities going on for fall. Definitely let me know what your favorite team is. I am super curious to know. The Falcons won their opener for the first time since 2017. Oh my gosh, keep my fingers crossed for my dirty birds. But anyway, just kind of going back to reflection. And, fall has always been a very special time for me. I grew up in Maine. Fall in Maine is absolutely gorgeous. The falling leaves. I grew up right on the coast, so taking hikes in the mountains by the ocean, smelling that salt air, just absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, the bears. Sorry, Kathleen. So just absolutely fantastic time. I love fall. I love everything that fall is about. And to me, it really feels like new beginnings, right? I'm Jewish as well. So we start celebrating the big Jewish holidays are coming up. Rosh Hashanah is this weekend. Erev Rosh Hashanah is Friday. That means the night before Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year. And so we're celebrating, wishing people a sweet and happy new year. And there's apples and there's honeys and the challah is sweet and there's prayers. And it's a big kickoff to the most important holidays of the Jewish year. So if you have any Jewish friends, please wish them Happy New Year. And they would really, really appreciate that. But so I've got my birthday, I've got Rosh Hashanah, I've got, all these things going on in the fall, and I love fall. So if we all take a step back and we think, okay, how did the summer go? So think about your personal wellness. This is guys and gals. It could be for both. I definitely focus on the ladies, but guys, Jeff and Ray, how'd your summer go? I think, if you spent the summer maybe working too hard and not enjoying time outside, that's definitely something to strive for changing. And you can get out in the fall. It's a beautiful time. It's definitely not too late. But if you spent the summer maybe feeling stressed and anxious because maybe you had lots of events and whether it was weddings, lots of weddings in the summer, right? Family reunions, vacations coming up. So maybe you had a family reunion and you were seeing people, or class reunion, right? And you haven't seen people in a long time and you were feeling very stressed trying to buy an outfit to wear because of how you felt, because you weren't feeling good about yourself. You weren't feeling confident. Hey, Marlon. Oh, greetings from Venezuela. I love it. Thank you so much for joining. So maybe you were feeling just uncomfortable with yourself, right? If you had a wedding to go to, if you were in a wedding, maybe that was a whole stressed out event simply because you were worried about the damn dress, right? Or then for any of these events, pictures, right? Cameras are everywhere at every time, any moment. You're going to be on a video. Somebody's going to be snapping a pic. They're going to post them. Maybe they post one where they look great and you look like crap, right? We've all had that happen to us. But were you anxious about that? And were you feeling uncomfortable? And did that take away from you being able to be present in the moment, right? And how many summers have gone by like this? For some of my private clients, private coaching clients, it's years. And when they finally are ready to come to me and make a change, it's because there was usually some sort of just tipping point event. They just cannot take it anymore. They are tired of struggling to find something in their closet to wear, or always having to buy a size up, or not feeling good in a bathing suit, not being able to sit on a beach comfortably, wear the bathing suit they want, get up out of that beach chair, walk to the water, and be able to stand there, feet in the water, enjoying looking at the ocean, smelling the water, enjoying the waves, seeing the view, because they're too worried that their peach is on full display for everybody who's sitting on the beach behind them. I've been there. I've been there a lot of times. It's not any fun. So the other thing about if you felt that way, then sister, you need to think about making a change, right? Not only for the health, your mental health, your sanity, your stress level. And I've been talking a lot about how stress impacts your total health, right? But it doesn't have to be like that. And it doesn't have to be so difficult to make the changes necessarily so that you don't feel like that again. So you don't have another summer where you're hiding behind your kids and your photos, or you're always looking for your beach cover up, or you're wearing clothes that honestly you don't really want to wear because you don't feel fun and you don't feel happy and you don't feel sexy in them. Guys, same with you, right? I'm sorry, but waist circumference matters to your health. And it's also going to matter about how you feel good in your pictures, right? The two things go hand in hand, okay? I'm tired of people body shaming others because they not only want to healthy for their health, but they want to get healthy for how they look and their confidence. Okay. Let's just stop. Okay. Pay attention to yourself. I'm just telling you that. Pay attention to yourself. That's what this whole thing is about. Reflect on yourself. And if anyone else is giving you any flack, then you really need to think about how they are, why they are in your life, right? Matthew, if you don't feel sexy and you're okay with that, that's one thing. But there's a lot of us that want to feel that way, right? That want to feel that way. And they shouldn't feel bad because they do, right? It's all about what your goals are. What is going to make you feel happy, right? If we're talking about activating that parasympathetic side of your nervous system, that rest and relax, what are things that make you feel happy, safe, and loved? And if going on vacation stresses you out because of how you feel in your clothes, that is not feeling happy, safe, and loved. Okay. So here we are. We're in September, the beginning half of December. And now what do we have coming up, right? We've got events. If you're a parent who has a kid doing sports right now, you are in the thick of it. You've got practices. You've got all-day tournaments on Saturdays. So what are you doing? You're sitting. You're at the games. You're supporting your kids, right? You're buying food for the team. You're prepping food for the team. What are you eating? What are you drinking all day? How are you prioritizing your workouts, right? We've also got, we've got Halloween coming up, right? All the candy. Pretty soon it's going to be Thanksgiving, right? So my point is not to depress you, but to say that there are always things coming up. And for my sanity, my personal sanity, I want to get up every day and I want to feel rested and I want to feel good and I want to be able to wear what I want and then go do what I want without being so stressed about how I feel, how I look. I feel exhausted. I feel terrible. I am brain fogged, all those things, right? I mean, tailgating is tricky, right? Tailgating is tricky. I talked about last week. Kathleen, was it Friday? I think it was Friday. I talked about special events, right? How to plan for special events and how to have, how to go into it with a plan depending on what your goal is. I'll probably talk about that specifically dealing with tailgating this week because that's a huge one. But you've got the pumpkin spice everything, right? It's everywhere. I just went to the grocery store. There are pumpkins everywhere. Starbucks has got all the specialty drinks, pumpkin spice loaded. Be careful of those drinks, right? Those are super high in calories. Some of them are as high as 400 calories, which is a meal for some of my clients. And you can fit those in every once in a while, but there's definitely ways to make those more healthy. And just as a quick example, even if you're not going to Starbucks and you're having your coffee at home, you know what I love to do? I have my organic coffee. I brew it. I use my special creamer and I have a little frother, right? Those cute little frothers you can get, and I whip it up. And then I use organic pumpkin pie spice from Whole Foods and I whip that into it and add a little bit of my organic stevia. Boom. I'm good to go. No extra calories, right? So we're talking about very, very low calorie versus something that's super, super high. So you got to watch out for that pumpkin spice stuff. We've got all the great desserts though, right? We've got apples coming up. We got candy for Halloween. So there's all these temptations happening. And what I'm saying is, if you want to get into the mindset to be more fit, to feel fabulous, why shouldn't we be able to feel fabulous? I love that word. That's why that word is in my program. Why shouldn't we feel fabulous every day? What's wrong with that? The status quo is boring. Status quo is dangerous. Feeling okay, when somebody asks you how you're feeling, you say, I'm okay. That is so dangerous. Who says that? Tony Robbins, right? Don't sacrifice the great for good. Because when you're at that status quo, yeah, okay. It's a dangerous place because of why? It's a dangerous place because you're just okay, meaning you're not fabulous, but you're not terrible either. So you can live with it. You can live with the status quo. Most of us have to just feel terrible or something really monumental, an inside force, a desire, or an outside event is going to propel us to make a change for the better. That's what it is. So that's why I say, think about how you felt this summer. Think about how you're feeling right now. And think about how you want to feel. What do you want the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year to look like? Don't you want to feel fabulous? What are some of the stressors that would let go? How much more brain space would you have? How much more energy would you have to think about different things if you weren't always thinking about how the scale isn't moving, how your bra is too tight, your libido is, you don't even know where it is, right? You're just too exhausted to go and do anything. You've got all these activities for fall and you just can't get excited about them. I did a post over the weekend about it. I think, girlfriend, guy friend, it's not necessarily your fault. Okay. And it's really not your fault. There are so many things that are set up for us to fail when it comes to eating healthy and being healthy, right? The deck is stacked against us. All these processed food choices everywhere and eating out of a box and being so rushed and thinking everything, all these freaking, I'm sorry, but all these freaking prescription drugs that they're pushing right now for weight loss. You have the power. You have the ability. You have access to great information. There's a lot of information out there. Some of it is really bad, some of it's really good, and sometimes it's really freaking hard to tell the difference, right? That I get that a lot with my new clients. I was talking to a woman last week. Her name was Jenny, and she was just so confused. You know, do I detox? Do I not detox? I heard it was bad for me. You know, I should. You know, I've loved juicing. I should be juicing. You know, what should I do? That's when you have to, unfortunately, you have to find somebody that you trust and ask good questions. And you have to use a little bit of common sense. And when I say common sense, it's saying, okay, anything that is too restricted, too kind of crazy out there in left field, too all or nothing, too I have to give up a certain food group, too I got to just work harder, work faster, I got to just, you know, track my life away. Probably not the best plan for you. Probably not the best plan for anybody, to be honest, if we're talking about long-term health. So if you're joining me, and if you're joining me on YouTube, thank you so much. It's my first day streaming on YouTube. And if you're just coming into the live, if you just kind of pass by and wonder what we're talking about, what we're talking about is it's now fall. And what is kind of the considerations of their mindset that you want to have if you want to be fitter, if you want to feel fabulous going into fall? So I'm asking everyone here to kind of reflect on, how did the last few months go in the summer? Were they great? Or were we stressed? Right? And how do you want to feel going forward? And let me just reiterate this. Number one, it's not necessarily your fault. Okay. There's a ton of stuff stacked against us in terms of trying to be healthy. I tried to get healthy for years. Oh my gosh, I thought the best thing to do was to eat lean cuisines, right? Diet, meals, convenient. I could take it to work. I could microwave it. First of all, microwaving your food in plastic is never a good idea. I'm pretty sure I talked about that in the toxins module. And also anything that is frozen, pre-prep, pre-meals like that, honestly, they're usually full of a lot of inflammatory foods and full of a lot of artificial flavors, chemicals, sweeteners, and they're just not that good for you. So if you can, but again, I listened to marketing. I listened to the magazines at the checkout counter that said, this is, you know, what I should be doing to try and lose weight and to feel better. Ultimately, it took me a lot of time and effort. Hey, Sherilyn, thanks for joining. Yeah, it took me a lot of time and effort and energy and study and experimentation on myself to get myself to a point where I have got really great foundational routines. I do. My health report from my regular doctor and my functional labs, I know exactly where I stand. Preservatives, yes, thank you, Kathleen. So many preservatives. Ugh. I've got great functional medicine routines. I've got great foundational habits, right? Right? Starting my day with a good breakfast. Not skipping my breakfast unless I'm doing a whole day fast, which is a different routine, but having a good breakfast, making sure that I'm having protein throughout the day and enough protein, right? Making sure that I'm moving my body throughout the day, making sure that I'm drinking enough water, right? Cutting out sugar. Cutting out one of my clients. This is hilarious. We were having our coaching session over Zoom last week, and without thinking, he picks up and he grabs a Diet Mountain Dew and he drinks it. And I said, "Whoa, the ball's on you! You just drank a Diet Mountain Dew in front of me." He started cracking up. He's like, "Oh my goodness!" He's like, "Jen, I promise, I've cut way back." He goes, "I just really needed an extra little pickup today." I said, "Okay." And we had a great laugh about it. And then, of course, we talked about, I said, "Do you really want me to give you a rundown on Diet Mountain Dew?" And he said, "Yeah, tell me, because I need to hear it." And he told me later, he goes, he threw it in the trash, which was hilarious, right? So, but good. I was so proud of him for doing that. And he picked up his water and he started drinking his water. But anyway, I digress. But at the end of the day, there is information overload out there. And if you're confused about where to get started and you want great advice, then you should ask people. Ask me. Ask somebody else you respect, right? Go to their LinkedIn profile. Look at their stuff. Are they highlighting any testimonials? Go to their website. Do you like the look and feel? Does it sound good? Watch some of their lives. If they offer a free consultation like I do, have the free consultation. Do a little bit of research. And then be honest with yourself. Say, okay, is that internal desire? Am I ready to just feel fabulous? Stop feeling so bad, or stop feeling just okay. We are not put on God's green earth just to feel okay. We're all special and unique. We're not all delicate butterflies. I'm not going to go there, right? But we're all special and unique. We all have unique experiences. We all have unique gifts. We all have a unique energy. We're going to connect with some people and not connect with others. But if you are just feeling, how do I say this? So internally focused, because you're exhausted, because you feel uncomfortable in your clothes, because you're a member donor of your gym. You're paying the membership, but you don't go, right? If you're feeling all these things, what are you doing? You're wasting time. You're wasting time. Time where you could be getting up and getting out there and making a difference. I guess maybe because of my post this morning, revisiting 9/11 and all the thoughts and feelings after that, maybe that's impacting, I guess, my live a little bit today. If you've been watching them all, maybe they're a little bit different. But that's okay, because I'm here. One of the reasons I wanted to do these lives is because I wanted folks to get to know me better and to know what I stand for, so that you could trust the things I'm saying. Trust but verify? Sure, absolutely. Or ask better questions, right? I'm all for that too. Ask better questions. Ask me a question in here. Put a question in the comments. What do you have a question about? Send me a DM. Ask me a question, right? I don't have all the answers, but I'll tell you if I do. I'll tell you if I don't. But again, it's September, okay? So I want you to think about this. Enrollment is open for my fall program. If you are feeling just okay, or you're feeling terrible, then I really want you to seriously consider reaching out to me. 12 weeks, 90 days, you can make a huge turnaround in your health. Notice I said health, not just weight loss, okay? Health. Yes, I want you to feel good on the scale, but the scale is just one number. It's one data point. I tell my clients this all the time. Some of them, I have them weigh themselves every single day. So you get a little bit desensitized to it. It's a data point. Hey, Kadar, thanks for joining. What else is more important? Your body composition, right? Are you gaining lean muscle? Please tell me you've seen the graphic that shows you 5 pounds of fat versus 5 pounds of muscle. What is the difference? The fat takes a lot more volume, right? So when you reduce your body fat and you increase your lean muscle, you're smaller. You lose those inches around your waist that are super important, because the bigger your waist circumference, the higher your risk to develop type 2 diabetes, one of the big 3 killers, right? We've talked about that too. So the number on the scale is a number. It is important. I'm not going to say that it's not, but it's just one number. It's also very, very important about how you're feeling, how your clothes are fitting, right? What your energy level is, what your mental clarity is. Are you getting out and trying new things? Are you having fun, right? I think a lot of us get at this age where we're 40 plus, 50 plus, and we are freaking boring. Why are we boring? We're not trying anything new. We're not getting out there. We're maybe not seeing our friends as much as we can because we're so stressed about work. And yes, our friend circle gets smaller. I get that. That's me for sure. My time is very valuable. And so I like to really spend it with people that I care about, whether they're my one-on-one clients or if they are, friends and family that I really care about, right? So, but are you boring? Are you boring? You can do something about that, right? So again, yes, it's not cold out anywhere yet, but 12 weeks, think about September, October, November. Yes, you can still have pumpkin spice latte. Yes, you can still have some Halloween candy. Yes, you can still enjoy a tailgate. Yes, you can still have, pumpkin pie and apple pie and all the things and the caramel apples at the apple orchard. Of course. But how much different would it be if instead of just free flowing with all of that, you actually had a strategy? You actually took 12 weeks and you applied these things strategically so that you were getting all the great foundational things in, right? The sleep you get, the food you eat, the air you breathe, the workouts you do, right? You're doing those things well, and then you're able to figure out how to fit those things in so you can still enjoy them, because when you restrict yourself too much, that just means you overload and go crazy at some point, right? I'm all about flex meals. I'm all about fun foods. I'm all about learning how to fit those things in. That's the difference in working in a program like mine versus doing it on your own, because you get a strategy. You get to develop those great habits. You get to make progress. And then you've got a plan to move forward. You can keep on doing it. Sherilyn, let's see what you put. I found fall is a great time to build new habits and getting disciplined with new habits, restarting existing habits. Yes, girl. Fewer interruptions in my schedule, travel, friends visiting, etc., that get me off track. Yes. Yes. There's never a perfect time, but there's definitely better times. So that's why I'm so passionate about fall, right? Sherilyn's absolutely right. Right? Because all the big summer vacations are over, right? All the back and forth. You're back into a routine. So how about instead of picking up old unhealthy routines and habits, you develop new strong ones that are going to move you forward to where you want to go. And where are you at the end of 12 weeks? You're at the beginning of December. So you've had a strategy, and I promise you can still eat Thanksgiving. I'm not about restriction. I am such a foodie. It's so funny. I live in Atlanta. It's a foodie town, right? But you can be strategic. And then when you're done at the beginning of December, you can be 10, 20, 30 pounds later, right? How great would that be? Lighter, more fit, more energized with great strategies. So then as you go into the heavy party season, right? Work events, holiday parties, customer lunches, team celebrations, family events, dealing with all the shopping, dealing with all the relatives, dealing with all the craziness, right? You've got a foundation and you're feeling great. You can maintain your weight, which is fantastic, or you could even keep making progress on your fitness, instead of gaining 5 to 10 pounds over the holiday season, which most people do. So wouldn't you rather be like this and this versus going like this? And then you think you're going to start on January 1st because everybody's brainwashed to think January 1st is a great time to get started, which, hey, it is. It's the beginning of the new year, but lots of people don't do it. They rush into something without thinking. And then after, a week or 2 weeks, over 80% of the people stop with their plans. That's a terrible number. It's a terrible number, right? So I have limited spots because of the high touch nature of my program. It's one-on-one. I give you the information that you need. I meet with you. You have a messaging app. You are able to text me in real time as situations come up so that we can address them. I give you a strategy. I give you a plan. I help you tweak it. I help you understand why you're making progress and maybe why you're not. And you have somebody like me in your corner. That's what you need, maybe. If you're not sure, reach out. Let's have a talk, right? I'm no different now than I am on a Zoom. Sherilyn, back me up on this. You know me, girl. Kathleen, you know me. I am no different. This is me. This is who you get. So if you like this, if you enjoy this energy, this vibe that I'm giving you, that's what you will get for 12 weeks one-on-one. I'll give you a huge cheer when something amazing happens. And I will give you a little kick in the booty and a hug when you get off track. Plus the plan to adjust, right? Everything is learning. Everything is a learning experience. So think about 100%. Yeah, girl. Thank you. Kathleen, thank you. So think about it. How did your summer go? Okay. It's 12:30, 12:31. I'm going to wrap this up. How did your summer go? How are you feeling right now? How do you feel every day? Do you have a strategy? Do you have habits? What is going to support you? Because, some people think having habits, having structure is too controlling, but it actually gives you freedom because once you have a routine, a habit that's formed, you don't think about it. You just do it. And that frees your brain up for all the other stuff that you have to figure out. You don't have to figure out your breakfast. You know what you're going to do. You don't have to figure out your lunch. You know what you're going to do. You don't have to think about, oh my gosh, why am I craving this? We help eliminate those cravings. How much better would your life be if you weren't constantly thinking about why the scale isn't moving, what you should be eating, why things aren't working, and why you're so exhausted? I'm telling you, it would be amazing. So think about that today. Send me you can send me an email at hello@jenochnan.com. You can send me, I'm trying to see, do I have an email here? You can, if this resonated with you, drop some fire signs in the comments. I will reach out to you and say, hey, what were you so excited about? Right? Send me a DM, send me an email. Let's talk about this. Let's have a conversation. If I think you're a good fit for the program, we'll talk about next steps and we'll get you started. It's as simple as that. Okay. So let's all spend some time reflecting today. It's a great day to reflect. Reflect about yourself, reflect about your country, reflect on all those poor lost souls who gave up their lives prematurely or had them taken from them, right? Spend some time thinking about that today. But I also want you to spend some time thinking about you. How are you feeling? If it's just okay, is okay enough? Or do you want to feel fabulous? All right, my friends, thank you so much for listening today. I can't wait to see you tomorrow back here, same time, same place. And it will be episode 21. Thank you all so much. I appreciate your support. Have a great one.